In the first autumn of my caregiving days, I saw a therapist for 3 or 4 sessions. And this is what I learned and all that I needed at the time to free myself from my cycle of grief and worry. First, allow me to take you back to where I was. When Dad's dementia got exponentially worse, I was breaking down. Grief and tears would rush to the surface of my eyes, and I would force myself to control them. When I had control, I wouldn't let them flow. I wouldn't let them go. I was regretting not visiting him more when he was still able to carry a decent conversation. I felt guilty not taking him more places, even though he didn't like to go out very much anyway. I was wishing for him to get better and for things to be different. I was basically thinking in terms of impossibles of the past and what I couldn't control. So I found a therapist. It was covered through work, so why not take advantage of that, right? In my first session, I told her everything. I recall trying to hold back the tears, but she said, let them go. Whenever you can find a safe place, let yourself cry. The tears need to come out. So I cried and cried and cried, like I never cried before. My second session, she asked if I journaled, and I said, no, I never have. And she said, why don't you start? I think it would be good for you. So I did, and I started to understand what was going on in my head, who I was, the person thinking those thoughts. And I even wrote my dad a letter once or twice, a heartfelt letter. My third visit, she had me visit my 5-year-old self as a loving sister to her. I took her out for ice cream, and we went to the beach, and I told her how proud I was of her and how much I loved her. We laughed and we cried together over old memories. Somehow I felt so much better after that field trip. I continued journaling after that, and when tears would come, I let them come and I let them go. And after that, the tears magically stopped intruding as often in my days and in my life. So there you have it, 3 tips to give those worries and grief a healthy outlet. Tip number 1, write your mind and your heart out. Pour your thoughts and worries onto paper to lighten up your load, to lighten your mind, to clear it, to create space. Tip number 2, cry your heart out. Empty those tear ducts. Give yourself a good emotional release, a cleanse, and a reset. Tip number 3, take your 5-year-old self out to a place she would have loved to go. And be the big sister she would have wanted and needed at the time. Laugh and cry with her. Don't hold back. You see, coaches are all around us, and my therapist was my emotional coach. She helped me release my emotions and find relief. She helped me open the door to me through my journaling. And through that door, I found the answers I needed inside me to cope, to find the courage to carry on in my darkest hour, and to tap into my capacity to love, and to bring that into my caregiving experience and into all my interactions actually after that. I wish you a creative caregiving experience with your loved one. Namaste.